I love being here for many reasons. I have, like you said, I've had a couple chances to win. I feel comfortable on both golf courses, especially Seaside. We're close to the beach. I was able to win the RBC Heritage at the beach. I grew up at the beach. I love being near the water. So I feel like I'm just relaxed here. I didn't grow up coming to Sea Island, but have become very familiar the last few years with the area. So I think just overall being relaxed for us players is a good thing, and that's how I feel around this golf course.
All right, you're entering your fourth and final start of the fall portion of the PGA Tour season. Just a couple comments on the state of your game.
Yeah, so I've had a month off. I've been working a lot on my game. I feel really good. I feel like I had a lesson with Butch Harmon in Vegas, and he simplified it for me and just told me these are the couple of things I want you to work on, and I've done that, and I feel good. I feel really good about my game, and it's nice coming into a place where I've had success with confidence. So I'm really excited to tee it up Thursday, and after this, again, I'll get a longer break, but excited for the season to kind of keep going starting in January.
Great, and last from me before we open up to questions, we're in a President's Cup season here. President's Cup will be at Quail Hollow in 2022. We're here with Catherine Davis Love this week. Your thoughts on the President's Cup being played at Quail Hollow this year?
It's really exciting. I think the members are super excited. We've experienced a regular PGA Tour event, a major in the PGA Championship, and this is very different. And a lot of members have asked me, what is it like? And I said, it's very different than these other events you've seen. A lot louder, more cheers, especially just being home in our home country. But I think there's excitement within the city. I think from what I hear, it's going to be kind of a city takeover in a way, kind of like Melbourne was, where the whole city gets behind the event. The big murals, I saw them the other day, downtown Charlotte, of Davis and Trevor. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's obviously an amazing venue to have it at Quail Hollow. And question is, if I make the team, can I sleep in my bed, or do I have to go back with the team? We'll see.
Great question. All right, we will open up to questions from the media on the line. For a reminder, if you have a question, please raise your hand or type in the chat. I'll call on you, and then you can turn on your video and ask your question. So to get started, we're going to go to Gary Smith, Florida Times-Union. Gary?
Hey, Webb, how you doing?
Good.
I've got a question. The years that you've lost in the playoff here, or there's another year where you had a chance at the end of getting into the playoffs, but you shot really good scores that day, and other guys did things, made birdies down a stretch. When you have a close call like that, do you just say, look, the other guy played great, there's nothing I can do about how many birdies he makes, or do you just always go back and, there was some other birdie I could have made, there was some other putt or some other shot I could have made, but mentally, how do you go back and look at those situations?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think both of my playoff losses, I felt really good about how I played Sunday. Ben Crane made a ton of putts on Sunday, a ton of birdies. I think he shot 63, if I remember correctly. We actually had breakfast that Sunday morning together. And then, Tyler Duncan birdied 17 and 18 to close out his last two holes of the of regulation, and I shot 66. In a tough, windy day. And so, yeah, to your point, I feel like those walking away, losing in a playoff always hurts. But, I didn't lose any sleep Sunday night because I felt like I did my job on Sunday. And Brendan Todd was super kind. He said the next time I saw him, he thought I played good enough to win. And, what are you going to do when a guy birdies 17 and 18 out here, which are two tough holes? So, yeah, they weren't too hard of losses, where other times I feel like, I bogeyed the last hole at Tampa to miss a playoff. That one hurt, a lot worse than these here.
Okay. And finally, this tournament, you come back almost every year. The atmosphere, the family atmosphere, missed out on that last year. But compared to a lot of other tour events, this one seems to be geared for what a player's family can do while you're playing, or maybe when you can join them and everything. But it seems like there's a strong effort here made to make this about a player's entire family, not just about the player.
Yeah, I think the area, does a lot for that. It's a destination spot all summer for families to come and relax and get a week at the beach. There's so much to do. My kids know this as the place with the candy shop over at the Cloister. So they're starting to remember stops on tour with really fun things they've done. And obviously they have the beach they can go on. But yes, I mean, that's our tension, I think, as PGA Tour players, is leaving our family. That's really hard. We love what we do, but the worst part probably is that we're traveling around the country, all year. And, for those of us with kids and kids in school, it's harder to get them to travel with us. So I look to any opportunity close to Charlotte to bring my family because, again, it's less time away from them, and hopefully they'll look forward to coming.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, next we're going to go to Ron Green Jr. Ron?
Hey there, Webb.
Hey,
Good to
Ron.
see you.
You too.
First of all, have you got your Cam Newton jersey back out yet?
Oh, man, I'm happy to have him back. I've missed him.
Obviously, there's a lot of talk going around about things that could be happening outside the PGA Tour, within the PGA Tour, changes that could become. How much do you pay attention to that? And does any of it concern you? Does it excite you? Does it pique your interest?
Yeah, it definitely piques my interest in terms of just the tour progressing and getting better. I think that's the goal from Jay Monahan to everyone who works for the tour, that we want to continually have a better product, continually have a tour that the best players are competing on for the biggest purses and, the biggest payouts. And they're doing a great job of that, I feel, right now. There's obviously a lot going on with different leagues coming into play. But this is my 14th season, I think, on tour, and I feel like what we're given the opportunity to do every week is better than it's ever been. And so not only will I talk to Jay and Ross Berlin and Andy Pazder, I'll talk to Kevin Kistner, who, is a great representative for us players, because he has a great relationship with these guys, but also he's getting a lot of cool things and ideas brought to the top. And so, yes, there's been quite a few changes in schedule and purses and different tournaments and new tournaments that I've heard about and have seen for next year, and I'm excited with where the tour is going. It's become really a world tour in the sense of the best players in the world are playing the PGA Tour. And so I love that aspect, that, you go tee it up any tour event and you're playing against the best players in the world, and that's a good thing.
Thanks very much.
Okay, go back, Gary Smith.
If there are going to be some changes made to the tour structure in the future, as somebody won that tournament, is there anything you feel like they can do that tournament as good as it is?
Which tournament?
The Players' Championship.
No. See, okay, so I'm glad you asked that. I love the Players' Championship. I feel like people have always asked me, should there be a fifth major in the Players? And I say no, because we have our regular season events, we have our World Golf Championship events, which we're only having 2 next year. Then we have our majors. So the Players doesn't fit into the box of any of those. And I think that's actually a good thing, because, if you look at the field represented every year at the Players, it's the strongest field in golf. It's one of the best courses we play all year. And so as a player, knowing it's our tournament, it's a great thing, because it is an incredible golf tournament. And now, with the announcement of a purse increase again, having the biggest purse in golf by far, I think it stands alone. And I'm super happy that the tour decided to do what it did in increasing the purse. It's a very hard golf course to win on. Even with a 7-shot lead going into Sunday, which was really fun. It was one of the hardest rounds of golf I've ever played. But I love the Players' Championship. And honestly, I love all the majors. But I hope the majors will see kind of what Jay's done in getting the purse to $20 million. And that's a big deal. So hopefully we'll see the other majors kind of follow suit, because, as of now, it seems like the Players is leading in that way among the other tournaments.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
All right, looks like that's it, but before we let you go, we have to ask, with Wake in contention to win the conference, gotta get your thoughts on their chances.
I was really bummed 2 weekends ago when they lost to UNC, even though I grew up a diehard UNC fan. But great victory, close victory over NC State last weekend. So I think they're gonna get it done, and super exciting time to be a Wake fan.